What's up everybody, welcome to the first episode of this channel. So as the channel's name suggests, we'll be going through videography, photography and anything around that. So for the first episode today, I recently had a shoot for a short film. So someone contacted me to cover a spoken word specifically. So here is the case. They didn't really know how to go about it, how to get a video done. They didn't have a videographer. They didn't have a clear picture of how they were going to. So I met the main guy responsible for the spoken word, the guy who created this stuff, at a different shoot, and so he took my contact. We met later on to discuss how we're going to do the shoot. So I ran through the script to get a fair idea of how what is supposed to be. And then, so it was themed on love. It was supposed to be released on the 14th of February, that's Val's Day. So this guy, Elvis, is an artist. He's creative, like when it comes to art. So he had an idea of how he wanted the shots to look like, how he had imagined them. So it was time to communicate with him and try and get the same picture, and then how I'm going to shoot that and make it reality. Because sometimes imaginations can be far from reality and you need to talk about it. So we met and we discussed how we're going to shoot the scenes. We had to find out about the actors he was going to use. No audio was going to be used in this specific shoot. We had no problem. We didn't have to think about how to get good sound, but then we had to focus on getting the shots which would tell the story, which would link with the words we can hear in the background. So we had to get the actors for this scene. Actually, he already had some actors lined up that he was going to use. So the actors, the venues. Now we used 3 main venues for this shoot. We used an apartment, a room in an apartment, and the kitchen in an apartment. We used the church premises, and then we used a restaurant for those were our main scenes. The purpose of this video is to take you guys through behind the scenes, backstage of how everything went, to show all the mistakes, the number of takes we had to do, some scenes, how some scenes came about, the scenes that weren't released, weren't used in the final video, because there were a lot of takes and some scenes weren't used. You get to see how it went, you get to see the mistakes, a lot of mistakes that were made, and then learn from those things. This shoot was centered on 2 people, that is the guy and then the bride, whom he's making the vow to. So these are the main characters. I think on the side would be a priest, and then that was it, and then a friend to the bride who would appear soon. On makeup we had Jessica. Shout out to Jessica, a very good and versatile makeup artist. You guys should contact her for all your makeup needs. She's good. She was on set and she made it work on the makeup side. And then we had the director, Alice, one good young lady who has got great imagination. She basically links the words in the spoken word to the picture, to how she wants the people to act it. So it was fun working with them. They brought up everything, because mind you, this was really on a low budget. It was on a low budget. It was making use of the venues we had at our disposal and making use of the equipment too. We had to be very creative. We had to push to try and make the scenes, and the guy and the lady, let me say the bride and the groom, weren't professional actors, or they've never acted before. So we had to squeeze what we wanted out of them, which it takes some time. You'd see in the videos I'll show very soon, you'd see how we had to do several takes. We have to explain to them some emotions to get their facial expressions. I'll take you guys straight to the first scene. So we didn't shoot in chronological order. The video was such that it tells a story in different ways. So, but I shot from the apartment scene. So we started from the apartment scene. In the apartment location, we had 2 different scenes, for the bedroom and then the kitchen. Let's go straight to it. So now you can see me putting the backlight behind them, so it can give depth to the video. Some people call it hair light. Yeah, shout out to Jessica. That's Jessica right there. Let me chip in this little thing. The venue was actually really tight. We had a small space to work in, to make use of. So that's one challenge we had there. That's one challenge I had there, to shoot in this small environment, this little cute room. It wasn't easy, and to avoid some things, to get some things out of frame. But I used a 50mm lens for this whole shot, so it helped. It helped. The crop helped. Okay, so you can see me fixing my key light right in front of them, so that would be straight on them. This is how the light looks on when it's on. So we're getting ready to have our takes. Alright, so we started with the gaming scene. This is take 1, and this is how it looks like. Yeah, they were having fun. So we had several takes so that I can get the emotions, at the same time capture the hand movements, and it was good. Some shots weren't used anyway. So as we can see, we had 4 different takes for this scene, and then in the final, I'll show you the final video right now so you see how it went.
I'll create a home full of laughter and compassion with you.
Move on to next scene. So this particular scene was supposed to portray anger between the guy and the lady. One thing that really runs through this whole shoot was that the spoken word was already recorded, so I had to shoot and make sure my scenes were going to fall within the time frame he had given for his while he spoke. So on every sentence, or for every part that has a scene, it has to fit in terms of timing. So I realized it was good to overshoot than undershoot, because when you overshoot, you can get the best and use it, but when you undershoot, you run out of scenes and you have blank space. So I actually overshot so that I can have a wide variety of scenes to choose from. But then again, it was really tight on some places, so I had to actually compromise on some scenes to get it done. So you can see me here trying to get him in frame so that when he opens the door, I'll capture him and not something else. So I'm directing him to do that. For the anger scene, the lines for the anger scene in the spoken word were really not that long, so I had to shoot and still create that picture within the few seconds he gave in the pre-recorded spoken word. So what I did was I captured him entering the room, and then I quickly moved to where he's going to console her. Alright, so that's how I shot it. Now let's see how it looks like.
The way I think about love, I know things may not always be easy, but
quickly moving to where he's going to approach her to try and console her. So here I explained what to do, but then I realized that it looks like something else, which I said and made all of them laugh. It looked like he was going to do something else, not to console her. Laughing here. And we decided to change it and do this, so he would just be with her, and then she would be ignoring him and he would be consoling her. Let's see the number of takes for this scene. So this is what we finally agreed on, that he would just be with her and then be consoling her. So you can see the number of takes we had for this scene. Here we go again, another take. Gradually the emotions were being built up. They were now getting used to each other, and that's what you want. You want your actors to feel free, so sometimes your first shots, your first take may not be good at all, but then as you keep going, you realize that yeah, you're getting the facial expressions and the emotions you want. Alright, so we'll see how that scene also turned up in the final video. Let's check that.
our love has always been worth it. So I will encourage you trust and respect you.
Then she moved on to the kitchen to shoot there. Now, according to the spoken word in that part, he is describing how he wants to build a family with her and have a home. We had to shoot in the kitchen where he's there with the family, and we had a little boy around as their son. So we had a little challenge there because here we are trying to act with a child who doesn't know what's going on and is minding his own business. So we had to make things work. So I was told that the child would then, the mother and the son would play, and the child would then run from the mom and then be picked up by the dad. So that was the initial plan. That's what we set to do. So let's see the number of takes we had for that. It was a bit challenging and interesting for this one. This is the scenario I was given, where mom and son are playing and the dad is cooking. And then the mom directs the boy to go to dad, and then daddy picks up the boy. We tried shooting that. You would see the number of takes we had for that, and what makes it interesting is that we are shooting with a child who doesn't know what's going on. He's minding his own business and having fun. So let's see what happens. Let's see how it went. So you can see they're already playing. So they're already playing. The guy is already excited. And then behind in the background we have Elvis. So let's see the number of takes we had for. See what just happened here. It made all of us laugh because so we have another take, and then it worked this time round, but we did it again to realize that, well, we can actually do it this way. We would use the mother and the son as a frame with the guy in between, and then he tends to look at the family and smiles. That looks more realistic. So we have all of them in one frame, and we don't have to switch, and we don't have to shoot several. So as you can see here, they are playing, and then we have the guy in the background. So we did that quite a number of times again. We had several takes for that, so we could get it perfect. Yeah. Next, I filmed him separately taking the child up so that I can use that in case I want to in the final. That's how behind the scenes was. Let's see how the final video for this part is like. The kitchen scene.
The family with you. I'll grow old with you.
Alright guys, so this is actually the first part of the shoot. So as you can see in the final video, there are other scenes which haven't yet been featured in this video, because I want to know from you guys, do you want a part 2 of this video? Do let me know in the comment section whether you learned something from this video. And then there's a bell here. Tap the notification bell so that you get notified the moment I release a video. Guys, let me know in the comment section whether you want a part 2 or not. So thank you guys for joining me on Benny's Hub. It's where we learn stuff the best way. That is, we learn stuff from our mistakes. See you on the next episode.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment on YouTube channel.